Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by to hang out with me today. It is March the 18th, and it is 12:14 Mountain Time here in the United States. Today, we're going to be doing messages for all signs for tomorrow, which will be March 19th, and then we'll be doing Reiki for 5 minutes. After that, we'll have free for all questions or cards of the day. So, let me just start with Aries. Aries, it feels like to me you have some kind of opportunity sort of knocking at the door right now. It's up to you whether you want to open the door and let this opportunity in, whether you consider this opportunity good enough for you or not. It may be that this is something that you need to have more information about before you decide whether you're going to take this any further than it is or not, Aries. So you may have to open the door just to find out more information and then make up your mind. But anyway, opportunity more or less knocking at your door right now. And I do feel like, what area of your life is this in? This has to do with family or with close relationships. So it's more in the personal side of your life. Anna Thorne, hello, hello. Lanice Jones, glad to see you, my dear. Nasirma, hello, hello. Good afternoon to you. My sweetness, Ms. Sweetness Aarons, hey, hey. Happy Sunday to you. Oh, it is Sunday, isn't it? Happy Sunday to you. Cheryl Hegg, hello, hello. I take it you're a Cancer because I'm not a Cancer. Okay, so let's see. Let's look at Taurus for the 19th of March. What do I have coming up for you guys? You guys may find yourself surprisingly pampered on the 19th. You may be getting a little gift. Maybe you have a friend that does massage and decides to do a little bit of a massage for you, or maybe you get a gift certificate to some place that you like to spend money, but it's kind of a luxury to you. But Taurus, I feel like you're going to find yourself surprisingly pampered. I don't know if you guys can hear all the dogs today. I have my window open and it seems like we've got a whole neighborhood of dogs outside the window. So if you can, this is life. I would say my apologies, but this is life. I can't make all the dogs in the neighborhood be quiet. Let's see. Gemini for the 19th. What do we have coming in for you guys? Geminis, I feel like on the 19th, there's going to be somebody with all the focus on you and maybe even directing all the focus to you. This kind of reminds me of whenever a band plays out in public and there's like an instrumental break, and maybe someone who's playing the saxophone or someone who's playing the drum, whatever, they're the one that is taking over that break and showing off. How, like the lead singer or the lead guitarist or whatever in the bands will just be like looking at that person, kind of encouraging the audience to really enjoy what this person is putting out. This is what this kind of feels like to me, Gemini. Not saying you're necessarily in a band, but there are people who are noticing your skills, your craft, how well you perform in whatever way, and they are um, making it easier for other people to notice that as well, maybe even pointing it out to other people. Okay, so that's for you, Geminis. Libra, chick, hello, hello. You're quite welcome. We're glad to be here. We're glad that you're here, and we're glad we're here. We have kind of a little family in the room. We have a lot of people that hang out here whenever I come on. So welcome here. I'm sure that other people will be happy to see you, and you'll fit right in quickly. And no, I am not drinking beer. I heard some of you asking that. This is watered down apple juice. Cancer, Cancer. Let's take a peek at you guys for the 19th. La-di-di-da-da. La-di-di-da. For the 19th for Cancers. I'm actually hearing I want to be here whenever I feel into you, Cancers. Good afternoon, Jenny Tucarella. So on the 19th, you may feel like you've had a long day. Maybe you've had some bigger news than usual to digest, or maybe you've done more work than usual or a different type of work. So by the end of the day, you are kind of feeling like, oh, I want a beer. That doesn't mean you're all actually drinking. There's been many a day that I thought, oh, I want a beer, but I don't drink. So it didn't really happen. So that may be happening with a lot of you. But I think you are going to have that feeling of, oh, would be nice. Alrighty, Leos, let's take a peek at you guys for the 19th. Leo, 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 Leo. What I'm hearing for you guys is on the turntable. What kind of music are you playing on the turntable? Doesn't have to be about music, though. What else could be on a turntable? I have some ideas, but I'll let you Leos figure that out. My ideas come from when I was stationed in Germany and went to a certain type of club where there was a turntable with my husband. That's all I'm going to say. You guys will have to figure out the turntable thing. All right, let's look at Virgo, Virgo, Virgo for the 19th of March. Virgo, I feel like you are definitely facing some kind of big fear that's like an emotional fear for you on the 19th. I kind of feel like you're looking up at a dragon and going, yeah, you're not so scary after all. I think whatever this is that you have had this fear of, you probably had the fear for a long time, but you've never actually had to face it. And so as you're facing it, you're realizing it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I actually can kind of figure this out. It's all good. Okay, so that was for Virgo. Next, we're on to Libra. Libra, Libra. Libra for the 19th. What do I have coming in for you guys? It took me a minute to understand what I was actually hearing because it's coming in as like sort of a go-go song and not exactly a go-go song. So, um, hmm, I can't remember the actual word, but there's and maybe it's not a go-go song either, knowing me, but there's something that's like something is around, is around, round, round. And the word that I have that's coming in does not actually fit. I don't think it's part of the song. But anyway, so love is around, round, round. So Libra, you have love coming in all around you on the 19th. It's everywhere you look. Everywhere you look. Everybody else wishes they were so lucky. Good for you, Libras. All right, let's look at Scorpio. Let's see what comes up for us on the 19th. Scorpio, Scorpio. Scorpio is what I'm hearing is something that says face of an angel. And I think that this is not us. Darn it. There's somebody in our lives that when they show up in our lives on the 19th, we are just thinking how blessed we are that they are showing up. So whether they're actually doing something to help us move forward in some way, or whether they're just bringing in positive energy, which also helps us move forward some way, whatever that is, I feel like there's going to be somebody that we are really appreciating their presence in our lives on the 19th, Scorpios. Sagittarius. 19th for Sagittarius. La da 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 da. Sagittarians, I think that you are trying to build some kind of bridge in some way on the 19th. Bridge over troubled waters. So you guys are trying to patch up some kind of squabble or disagreement on the 19th is what I think. You guys are being the peacemakers, Sagittarius. Allie Johnson, hey, 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 glad to see you here, my dear. For those of you who are here, if you don't mind, please share. The more the merrier, 3 more signs and we're into Reiki. That way if people have questions about the Reiki, I'll be here and that'll make it easier. All right, so let's do Capricorn for the 19th. Capricorn, I feel like on the 19th, you're going to spend some time really doing some revitalizing and renourishing. This may have to do with your health specifically, or it may have to do with your own emotional or mental state. I think that it's going to come in differently for different ones of you. Okay. And then, excuse me just a second. Well, that was really sweet. Sorry about the interruption. Somebody wanted to know if I wanted Chinese food, so let's see. Now that I can bring my focus back, let me try to bring my focus back. Capricorn. Capricorn, what do I have coming in for you guys on the 19th? Capricorns, I think I got this for you really recently. It seems like this is like a repeat message, but it seems like you're going to be spending some time really getting grounded. You're going to be focusing on being really in touch with your reality on the 19th, making sure that you're not like too far off in daydreams and stuff like that. Sugar Q, hello, hello, Avneet. Somebody just knocked on the office door and wanted to know if I wanted Chinese. I guess they're ordering. I don't know. So, Aquarius, let's take a peek. Aquarius, what do I have coming up for you guys? On the 19th. Okay. Um, Aquarius, I think that you're doing something to make sure that you feel safe and secure. And this has very much an emotional feeling to it. That you just want to feel very safe and secure, and you're doing whatever it takes to do that. Whether that is getting some distance, whether that is stepping things up, whatever that is for you, you're adding to your feeling of emotional security. Yep, it was, Avni. We have some catching up to do, by the way. Pisces on the 19th. Let's see what we have coming up for you guys. Pisces, Pisces. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I'm seeing you guys really diving deep, like deep into the ocean. I think you guys are, I think you guys are really looking inside yourself and doing some deep reflection, looking at what makes you tick. Why are you feeling a certain way about something? And really, I think you're doing some emotional healing work, Pisces. You could be doing this by talking things over with somebody that maybe there was some kind of problem with, or it could be that you're doing this strictly on your own. I think that's going to vary for different Pisceans, but looks like you're doing some deep emotional healing work. Hello there, Northern Queen of Swords. Glad to see you here. Let's see. that was all of our signs. Let's do Reiki for 5 minutes. I am going to set the intention for the Reiki to do whatever will benefit each of you the most as individuals. And then I also want you to know that if you need to set the intention for something more specific for yourself, feel free to do that. For those of you who are watching the broadcast after the fact, all you have to do is set the intention to receive the Reiki, and you will still get just as much benefit from it as anybody else. Okay, so let's just get this started. All right, so we're starting at 30 minutes after, so we'll finish up at 35 after. And if any of you guys have questions about the Reiki, now is, of course, the time to ask those. How do you set the intention for emotional relief? So, Jenny, if I was you, I would just either think inside my head or else I would say out loud, Reiki, please help me to have some emotional relief. Very cool, Ms. Sweetness. It's nice whenever that intuition comes in to give us guidance, isn't it? Then you just ask the Reiki, Reiki, will you help me to move to a new city for better career opportunities in my industry? Actually, you know what I would do if you like the city that you're living in, Anna? I would ask the Reiki to help you find better career opportunities in the city you live in now in your industry. You never know what Reiki could just pull out of its hat. Very calming for you today. Glad to hear that. The thing about the Reiki is you should always ask for what you want with as few limitations as you can put on it. So you don't want to tell the Reiki how to do what it's going to do. You just want to tell the Reiki what you want and ask it for help with that. Two more minutes. You guys are pulling out a lot of energy. I've got a lot of feet, which has to do with you guys finding your direction. Got a lot of base chakra, has to do with things that make you feel secure, job, home, family, income, assets. Got a lot of crown chakra, which has to do with your connection to the divine. Lots of stuff going on. There's energy going other places too, but those are the strongest pulls I'm feeling. One more minute. You might want to try some meditation music too. I normally don't play it in the background because YouTube has things about copyrights and stuff. And since I have not created my own meditation music, I don't play it in the background while we do Reiki. But the meditation music, I've noticed, it can be very calming and it can kind of give you something to focus on besides just, I'm receiving Reiki. That might be helpful for you, Jenny. And there's a lot of really good meditation music on YouTube. You know, you just have to find what suits you and actually what works for you. I really don't like meditation music when I actually meditate. I personally like quiet, but I think a lot of people use meditation music to meditate too. Yes, and actually my first course was online. Um, it was done on Skype, and what had happened was 3 people got together that wanted a course from me that were in the same local area. And so they set up Skype on their TV in the living room and they set up the camera so that I could see them while they were practicing and during the class. And we actually conducted my first ever level 1 Reiki course that way. Good morning, Elaine. You're quite welcome, Jenny. Alrighty, so that's the end of Reiki. Let me wrap that up. Excuse me. All right, guys, let's open up the floor to free for all questions or card of the day. Choose one or the other. I will answer a question for you or I will pull a card for you as long as I get to your question or card before my alarm goes off on my phone. Okay, so Lenice would like a COD. Okay. You're quite welcome, as Sand. And by the way, for whoever that was that asked, was that US Sand that asked about Reiki courses? Reiki level 1 courses with me are $150. So actually, by the time you give yourself 2 treatments, you've paid for your course. But Reiki level 1 teaches you how to do healing for yourself and also how to do healing for other people or plants or animals that you can actually reach and touch with your hands. So this is for Lenice Jones. We're doing Lenormand for you, Lenice. Okay, the card that you got that came up first is the Star card. So this is your house. This has to do with your reputation. And this is the Moon. This just means that you have a very reflective reputation. You may even have a psychic reputation, Miss Lenice. Okay, and you guys have gotten away from me now. Let me back up with this conversation. Jenny Tucarella would like a COD. Miss Sweetness, I might change your question a little bit if you don't mind. I might want to modify that. What if we do best advice for you in order to be with the love of your life? Maybe it's not something you need to accept. Maybe there's something you need to do. Let's find out. But first we're doing Jenny Tucarella's COD. Jenny Tucarella's COD. So you've got the 10 of coins showing up in reverse. 10 of coins in reverse is talking about something that made you feel secure is being downgraded in your life, where it's being made less prominent or less important. So you're not feeling as secure as you did. This is a card that when it comes in reverse is kind of like the Tower card, except it's like only a shadow of the Tower card as far as the strength of this card. So whatever it is, it's making you less secure. This could be like maybe your clothes aren't really fitting you exactly the way they used to, and that makes you feel a little bit less secure about how you look, or something like that. Something that is Not something like, oh, I've lost my job, or me and my boyfriend broke up, or anything like that. This is like a shadow of that loss of security type of thing you would see on the Tower card. So loss of security, but not anything super huge. I hope that makes sense for you, Jenny. So let's see what Ms. Sweetness had to say about me modifying her thing. Oh, she hasn't wrote anything yet. Okay, well, I hope you're cool with this. So Ms. Sweetness specifies for Ms. Sweetness in order to be with the love of her life. By the way, I'm going to answer this question, but I do want to put out the definition of the cards of the day, because I think Lena Augusto is new, and there was somebody else that came in here new. The Libra chick came in here new. So card of the day is something that Sacred Spirit would like you to be more aware of than what you would have if that had not come up on the card. And it's also something that has happened within the past 24 hours or will happen within the next 24 hours. So it's a very current event. So advice from Ms. Sweetness, Aries, on how best to be with the love of her life. Wow. So it looks like there are some things that you have to face. Excuse me. All right. I want to pull two more cards on the bottom here too. Okay. There are some things that you have to really work out for yourself and you have to face, Miss Sweetness. The first card that comes up is the Ten of Cups in reverse, which is interesting for an advice card. So I started to look at the whole three, the top three I use for advice to get the full picture. In the middle of this, you've got the Hierophant. And in the end of this, you've got the Nine of Swords. Okay, so we've got the Hierophant in the middle. We've got the Ten of Cups in reverse, and we've got the Nine of Swords on the other side, right side up, sandwiching this Hierophant. So this is really saying something important, Ms. Sweetness. This is saying that marriage may not be the thing that makes you happy, and maybe that's what you're looking for, someone that you can be married to. And marriage is not making you happy. In fact, the idea of getting married is stressing you out. So it's time for you to start figuring out, to be with the love of my life, what does that actually look like? Do I need to be married to the love of my life? Or is that going to like kill the love if I marry this person and I'm so stressed out about, oh my God, what happens if I end up not happy in this? Okay. So that first thing is figure out what you want from the love of your life. Do you really want marriage? What would really make you happy? I mean, I'm a veteran of marriage twice, and I got to tell you, I'm not so sure I'm going to do that again. I figure if you mess it up once, you can say that's a mistake. If you mess it up twice, you got a trend going. You know, maybe I don't want to do that again. And I'm kind of wondering if you aren't in a similar situation where you're like, you know, society tells us that we're supposed to be married. You know, it's not as strong with that as it used to be, but in certain cultures with certain backgrounds, it's still very strong that we have to be married to be with the love of our life. You may really want to reconsider that because it looks to me like marriage totally freaks you out and makes you unhappy. That's the first thing. You got to consider what it is you want from the love of your life. And the other thing that we have coming up. Okay, so here's a picture of the King of Cups. Find somebody who actually acts like they love you, that has those emotions and is comfortable expressing those emotions. And you've got the Fool in reverse, which means don't do things spur of the moment. Once you find this guy that acts like he loves you, think things through. Don't just go, oh my God, yes, there he is. Tackle him. Think things through. Make sure that he's really a good fit for you. Just because he's acting like he's all wonderful and everything doesn't necessarily mean he's a good fit. It just means he might be a little bit infatuated with you. You want to take some time and make sure that that infatuation is something that's going to be there for a while. Okay? So that's what we've got for advice from Ms. Sweetness. I hope that's helpful for you, my dear. A sand wants a COD. All right, so as sand, what you got is the Eight of Arrows in reverse. This tells me that you've been in a long-term struggle, something that just kind of felt like it was never going to be easy, and yet you kept the hope alive. When this card comes in reverse, this tells me that that struggle is coming to an end. That's for you as sand. Avneet is up for a COD. COD for Miss Avneet. Miss Avneet, you got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Someone else got that earlier. This is where you're just not feeling very secure, but it's not as strong as like a Tower card coming up. But something that makes you feel secure is being diminished in your life. Okay? Let's see about this. Lena Augusta would like to have a card. Excuse me. Mano, mano. Lena Augusto. Okay, so your house card, Lena, is the Stork. Northern Queen of Swords. I think you tried to ask me this question yesterday. I think I'm going to try to answer that for you too before I go. And then your cover card, Lena, is the Bouquet. This is a gift that's being upgraded. So I don't know, maybe somebody bought you an airline ticket and you're able to upgrade it to the next class up, whatever that might be. Or maybe you gave somebody a gift and now you're upgrading that gift, or they're upgrading that gift. But it is some kind of gift that's being upgraded. It could even be, a lot of times with the tarot, when I see the gift card come in a relationship, it could be that you're being given another chance, or that this chance is being made stronger than it was originally. Okay, so some way you have a gift that's being upgraded. Northern Queen of Swords, let me hit this question because I know you asked it yesterday. And then after that, I'm done. Let's see. Why does the Aries that the Northern Queen of Swords is thinking of want to reconcile with her? Why? Why? Obviously, trust issues going on there. You've got some weird stuff here. Not altogether bad, though. Okay, so first thing you have is the Magician. The Magician says that the chemistry is high. You guys are good in bed. That's the first reason that shows up. Second reason, Three of Cups. You guys are friends. This person is comfortable with you. He considers you a friend. This is the weird one. I'm not quite sure what to think of this. In fact, I may pull some clarifiers. You got the Knight of Cups in reverse. This is like saying he's not really offering love. I'm not sure what the heck he's offering if he wants to reconcile. I think we're going to clarify that card, actually. Seems like somebody that has a Knight of Cups in reverse attitude would not want to reconcile. Unless it's just that he's feeling very pessimistic about the idea. Like he feels like you probably won't take him back. That could be what's going on. Yeah, that is what's going on. It's exactly what's going on. Because when I clarify, I get the Knight of Cups again, but this time he's right side up. Get the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. He may feel like it's bad timing. And also, his case isn't so strong to reconcile with you. Like, he doesn't have much of a leg to stand on when he asks for a reconciliation. Plus, he feels like it may be bad timing. Maybe you've already moved on. But with that Knight of Cups coming in right side up, he would like to. He just doesn't think he has much of a shot. Okay, so part of it is he would like to get back together again. Then we've got the Falling Tower in reverse. He wants to start to rebuild things. He knows that whatever happened before was a massive shakeup and that things are going to have to be basically rebuilt. He's willing. He's willing. And then the last card is really the best card. This is the Death card. I would never call it that, actually. If I was designing a deck, I would call it the Transformation card. But when the Death card comes in right side up, it is such a good thing, especially if you've been having troubles in a relationship, because it means that this person is willing to make some changes to have things work out. So, or this person has already changed. Maybe they've had a change of perspective. And so, yeah. So I think that this is good. This is good. I think this guy's self-esteem might be a little low because of whatever's happened before, but it looks to me like, number one, he wants to jump your bones again, but also he seems to be very sincere in wanting to put in the effort for this relationship. All right, so let's see what kind of verification you guys have given me before I leave here. Gosh, you guys wrote a lot of stuff, didn't you? Let's see. Sorry, Allie. If you actually have a question, I do have recorded readings where you can ask a question. You can find those on my website. My website's www.amista.info if you need an answer to that question quickly. Okay, so that would not be a COD on a thorn. That's actually a question. But anyway, that may be a great question for, one of the recorded readings I was just talking about. Yes, actually, Jenny Tucarella, random Reiki question. She says, my cat is sitting with, does he receive it too? Animals are intrigued and love the Reiki. I've only had one animal that really didn't love it, and that was a cat who was kind of freaked out by it. I don't think she'd ever seen that energy coming in before. And so she kind of stayed in the corner and watched what was going on for the whole session for one of my clients. But mostly animals, if I'm sending Reiki to somebody, the animals will be all over that person or all snuggled up next to that person. They like that energy and they pick up some of that energy as well. Thank you, Ms. Sweetness. I'm glad that you didn't mind me twisting your question a little bit. I know, Northern. I was just thinking too before the alarm went off that I'm going to do Northern's question too. I normally don't do that, but Spirit was nudging me. You're quite welcome. And you're quite welcome also, Lena. Quite welcome, Avneet. You're quite welcome, Ascend. That's wild that you got the same card. Right with the Knight of Cups. Gotcha. You're quite welcome. Hey, there's Lorraine. Aw, thank you. We're out of time. I'm sorry, honey, but I'm glad you stopped by. As we speak, you told him that. Wow, he knew what to expect, huh? Sugar Q, you'll have to catch me tomorrow, honey. You're quite welcome, Anna Thorne. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I do appreciate all of you keeping me on my toes, alive, awake, while I'm making videos. This is a good thing. Everyone, have a great day. If you would like to schedule Reiki or readings with me, all you have to do is check out my website. I think there's a dogfight outside. Anyway, my website is www.amista.info, amista.info. Once you're there, you can see all about my Reiki, my readings. If you're in the local area and you'd like to have a psychic party, or if you'd like to have a house cleared, just get a hold of me. All my contact information is there. Peace out, everybody. Hello there, Kelly. Goodbye, Kelly.